Oh, here I go again. I'm gonna try this again. I made the nicest video yesterday of my walk. It's the 2nd of November. It's all dark, but you can see the puppy dog. It's the 2nd of November, and yesterday I started my so I'm gonna make this one like a quick one, like only about 10 minutes. Maybe I don't know what's wrong with this phone. It keeps saying storage problem, storage. It did it in Guam. It keeps doing that. I don't know why it does that. See this? You see the train? You see the train? But anyway, I haven't made a video for a while because I don't have any time to. And here's some cute little school kids. I'm gonna try to get them. But I don't know. I just haven't felt like doing it. I just really haven't felt like it. And it's ironic because this is the anniversary, the 2nd anniversary of me being on YouTube. And I've got like 2,000 views and double digits gone me subscribers. And I mean, 15, 16, 17 views sometimes, and there's some puppy dogs. To me, that is great. I mean, that is great beyond great. That is great, great, great. You know, but, you know, but I just haven't, well, for one thing, I don't have time. I can't, well, I don't know. Okay, it's kind of hard to set up that tablet. I don't want to set up the whole camera, tripod, yada, yada, yada. And plus, I really can't. My daughter-in-law is out of the country. My son works every day. He has practice in the morning. Sometimes he lifts weights in the morning. And then he turns around and after he lifts weights in the morning, then he turns around and we're walking across the railroad track. He lifts weights in the morning, and then he has to go back to practice, and he usually doesn't get home till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Well, that's cook dinner time, you know. So then it's time to cook dinner, and then by the time I get through cooking dinner, I clean up. I'm not putting on makeup. I'm not putting on all that makeup and sit there and talk on a video. I can't. Now where we're walking now is how I go to the when I go to the supermarket, and I go to the, here's a motorcycle. There's the machine. That's not the Dido machine. That's the other machine. And you know, I'm not gonna cook dinner, clean up the kitchen, get the kids there, get my grandkids their bath, and then sit down and make a video. I don't have the luxury of that anymore. I'm thinking though, I'm definitely for Christmas gonna ask for a new laptop. And there'll be a camera in that. And I think that would motivate me into making more videos. I'm going to keep this really super duper short. And yesterday I made such a nice video. I was walking along. There was such a nice, I met this nice man. It was little kids riding their bikes and with their little school uniforms on and doggies. And I had a really good time talking about how I just enjoy, you know, walking along. It's so hard. I mean, it's just like, it's like America in a way, because people are doing the same things, obviously, but going to work, coming home, kids riding bikes, but it's so different too. I mean, well, that goes to say, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, well, let me hurry up before I run out of time. I don't want this one to be too long because I'm trying to upload it on the phone. I am going to, oh, I noticed, no, how all this began was that I was actually, I looked at myself. There go some businessmen riding their bikes. I hope you guys can kind of see a little bit of stuff. I was I noticed I'm gaining a little bit of weight. I don't weigh myself. I don't weigh myself. But I noticed that some clothes I wore to Guam and some of my dress clothes when I get dressed to go out are a little bit tight. A little bit tight. So I said, okay, it's time to have a lighter breakfast and no sugar at night. I'm not a really sweet pissing on some bicycle people. I'm not a really sweets eater at night either. I'm really not. And I'm not a, so, but none at night. Because sometimes like I'll have a treat. I mean, Halloween I ate a couple pieces of candy. I ate more sweets than I normally would. But, yeah. So no sleeping on any sweets at night. And some kind of way increase my activity. That's the only way you do it, only way you do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk along and I'm going to, if I pass by, I'm not really sure if I'm going to pass by the grocery store or not, but I think if I walk down this street, I'll go by the grocery store and get some potatoes and some cabbage because we want to have kibasas tomorrow. I've already cooked dinner. It's on the stove. So all I have to do when I go back is heat it up and dish it up and let's rock and roll, So anyway, if the store's not really crowded, I'm gonna stop and get some potatoes and cabbage because we have some like American kielbasa my son bought yesterday. You gotta have cabbage, you gotta have potatoes with kielbasa. But anyway, so while I was in Guam, we might be in luck, we might see the train. While I was in Guam, I got some multivitamins, some aspirin, and big bottles of the vitamins I always take, the supplements I always take. But they didn't have a multivitamin like I take like a one a day here. So I went on and bought one a day vitamins, and then bought some aspirin, because aspirin, here comes the train. Regular aspirin here. I mean, I imagine they have them, but for some reason, I don't know what's going on. I can't find them. And aspirin are blood thinners, and they help with digestion. So that's going to help me a lot. And like I said, making these few changes of a 30-minute walk. Ooh. 2 trains today. Well, it's rush hour. Stop. It's at 8 something now, so I don't want it to go to 10, because then if it goes to 10, it might not upload. So I'm gonna stop and continue my walk. But like I said, this is day 2 of I made up my mind November the 1st was going to be my 30 minutes walking began. And also too, it'll be much easier when my daughter-in-law gets back, because then I can go for my walk whenever I feel like it. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever I feel like it, I can just get up and go walk. And plus with her there, if I want to do a long exercise workout tape or video or something, I can do it. But this is the beginning. So I'm gonna go. It's 9:42, 43, something like that. I better get going because I don't want this thing to be so long. So from Tokyo, I don't know what that is. I will talk to you guys later.